This is a tutorial for Math Lesson Unit 1, Lesson 6, Place Value Relationships. In this lesson, you will be able to compare place values using multiplication and division. So let's take a look at this first one. Starting with 9 and 1/10, divide or multiply by 10 or 100 until the chart is filled. So we're just going to take this one at a time. So we're going to start with this one. 9 and 1/10 divided by 10. Now we talked the other day, and you have it in your notes, what you do when you multiply or divide by 10 or 100 or 1,000. You're going to move the decimal over. If you're dividing by 10, you are going to have a smaller number as your quotient, as your answer. So remember, when you're dividing, you want to move the decimal to the left, and the numbers of zeros tells you how many spaces to move that decimal. We have 1 0 because it's 10. So we're going to move this decimal to the left, so we would have 91 hundredths. And so we would put that in here, 91 hundredths. Now let's take a look at this next one. 9 and 1/10 times 10. So on this one, we're going to move the decimal to the right one place. Because if we're multiplying by 10, we're going to end up with a larger number. So we would end up with 91. So we're going to put that there. Now we take a look at the next one. 9 and 1/10 divided by 100. Once again, we're dividing, so the decimal is going to move to the left, but it's going to move 2 places over because there's 2 zeros in the 100. 1, 2. Remember, we made our little nest, put an egg in the nest. Okay, let me show you that again. We're going to go 1, 2, put our decimal, put our egg in the nest. So now we have 0, 9, 1, 91 thousandths. And then finally, we have 9 and 1/10 times 100. So if we're multiplying, we're moving the decimal to the right. And if you forget this, you can always refer to your notes, but also think if we're multiplying by 100, we're going to end up with a larger number. So that would make sense then to move it to the right. And we move it 2 places because 100 has 2 zeros. That means 2 place values over. Remember, our place values go up 100 times, or 10 times each time you move over in your place value. So if it was 100 times more, you'd be moving it over 2 place values. So we have our 9 and 1/10, and we're going to go 1, 2. There's our new decimal. And then we put an egg in the nest, put a 0 there. So we have 910. So it moved over 2 place values because we increased it by 100 times. 910. And that's how you tackle that, and you can see the similarities and how the decimal moved in the different numbers. Okay, here's another type of question that's still talking about place value, and that we can increase by tens and then divide by tens depending on which way we're moving. Okay, so let's read the question. Choose the number that has the digit 5 with a value that is 10 times greater than the value of the digit 5 in this number. So we have 54,271. So first of all, you want to see where the 5 is. Okay, so that's where our 5 is. That is in the 10 thousandths place. So if we were to go 10 times greater, that would have to go in this direction, in our greater direction. So we're looking for a number in this series of numbers that has a 5 that is in a place value that is 10 times greater than the 5 in this number. So we want to find a 5 in this place value, which is the 100 thousandths place value. So let's look through these. Where's our 5 there? In the 10 thousandths. That's not 5 times greater. That's exactly the same. Where's our number here? Oh, There it is. Now, if you find the correct answer, you still want to look through the rest to make sure you can eliminate them. We already know we can eliminate this one. This one has the 5 in the 10,000 in the 100,000, so that's probably our correct answer. This one has a 5 that is 10 times less. It's 1/10 of, so that wouldn't work. Plus it has a 5 in the ones place, and this has a 5 in the hundreds place, and that is not 10 times greater than our 5 over here. So B would be the correct answer. Let's take a look at one more. How is the 3 in the 10th place different than the 3 in the 1000th place? So we have our two 3's here, and we need to explain how they're different, talking in the same thing like it's 10 times more or 100 times more. So let's first of all, when you have a problem like this, let's look at the 3 in the 10th place. Okay, so they're wanting to know, how is this 3 different than this 3? Well, is this 3 10 times more than this 3? No. So look at that. We have this 3 that's in the 10th place, and this 3 that's in the thousands place. So how is this 3 different than this 3? Well, we know that it's more because it is in a larger place value. The further we move in this direction, the larger place values we have. And it is not 10 times more because it's 2 steps over. So it is 100 times more. So we would say, this is how we would word that. The 3 in the 10th place is 100 times more, because it's 2 steps over in the larger direction, in the more direction, than the 3 in the thousandths place. And that is a very quick tutorial on comparing digits in different place values using multiplication and division.